The battle for the Halcyon Fold has begun.
Just need the hammer to fall. Don't stop me now. You gotta dig it to dig it. You dig? All people are created equal.
Enemy hero killed. Allied hero killed. Enemy hero killed.
More than a song stuck in your head.
I'm searching for my mystery note. Double kill.
I need some running music.
Jungle has intensified.
Down and listen. I'm always chasing the melody.
Enemy hero killed.
Yeah, I'll play the hit. Calm down.
Double
It's in
kill.
beyond
Ally is impressive.
This is so cool. It must be illegal.
Gold mine is almost full. Allied hero killed. Enemy hero killed. Your ally is unbeatable.
I broke a string. Get ready for the bad beat. Yeah.
Allied hero killed. Ally shut down. Enemy turret destroyed. Enemy hero killed.
Don't stop me now.
Allied hero killed.
I follow my muse. I'm searching for my mystery note.
Allied hero killed.
You're about to have more than a song stuck in your head.
Enemy crystal sentry defeated.
Yeah, I'll play the hit. Calm down. It's in beyond
Allied hero killed.
Feeling under pressure? Broke a string.
Immense gold payout collected.
This broke more than a string.
Allied turret destroyed. Allied turret destroyed. Allied hero enemy is impressive. Allied hero enemy is unbeatable. Allied turret destroyed.
Get ready for the
Allied hero killed. The Kraken Allied hero killed is impressive.
Any request? Ugh, other than Freebird?
Enemy team unleashed the Kraken.
I'm searching for my mystery note.
Allied crystal sentry defeated. Enemy is unbeatable.
Come back! You have more to learn!
Allied turret destroyed. Allied hero killed. The battle for the Halcyon Fold has begun.
Learn not to trust glowy things. Shopping. Let's take the scenic route. At all in these wells. I checked.
Enemy hero killed. Enemy hero killed.
What am I supposed to do with these boots? I am a pacifist. Right. Now.
Enemy hero killed.
Getting lost
Jungle
is
has
fun.
intensified.
Oh, I hope that outfit is slightly lonely. I have learned not to trust those things. warm.
Gold mine is almost full.
Getting lost is fun. Some of you are not nice.
Allied hero killed. Allied hero
Enemy is
killed.
impressive.
Shut down.
What am I supposed to do with these boots?
Enemy team collected from gold mine.
I'm here to help. Where did my damn friend go?
Allied hero killed. Allied hero killed.
I hate the floor is lava.
Gold
game.
mine is
Allied
almost
turret
full.
destroyed. Enemy team collected from gold mine. Enemy is impressive. Allied hero killed. Double kill.
There's no water at all in these wells. I checked.
The Kraken has awakened.
I'm not great at jumping, but I keep trying. Where did my grandparents go? When do we get to go shopping?
Enemy hero killed. Crystal Sentry defeated.
I hate the florid land thing. I'm sure we'll be friends after all this.
Your team has unleashed the Kraken. Double kill. Allied hero. Ally shut down. Allied hero. Ally shut down. Enemy turret destroyed.
Careful, it's slippery. Let's take this minute. turned around on the surface.
You have killed an enemy. Shut down. Kraken has awakened. Enemy hero ace.
Where did my clan friend go?
Your team has unleashed the Kraken. Enemy hero.
Great job!
Allied hero killed. Double kill, ace.
I get all turned around on the surface.
The Kraken has awakened. Enemy crystal sentry defeated.
I hate the floor is lava game.
Your team has unleashed the Kraken.
Get the scenic route.
Enemy hero killed. Double kill, ace.
Keeping the Undertakers in business. Baker's new business.
The battle for the Halcyon Fold has begun.
Nothing personal. I'm funny, like a clown, here to amuse you. Where's the action? Oh no! And I thought we'd be friends.
Allied hero killed.
First blood.
I can't hear you over the sound of how dead you are. I smell a rat. I'd at least hoped for a challenge. I could be living it up right now. We got a wise guy over here. Bang.
Jungle has intensified.
I'm funny, like a clown, here to amuse you. I'm gonna make so much trouble for you. Bang. Places to go, riches to plunder, people to shoot. The usual. Prove you're worth my time.
Line is
Shooting
almost
going
full.
on right now. Let's work on that. Say hello to all 6 of my little friends. That is how the Mafia works.
Allied hero killed.
Where's the action? Ugh.
Allied hero killed.
Click, bang. I'm unstoppable.
Allied turret destroyed.
Places to go, riches to plunder, people to shoot. The usual. Which way's the fight?
Allied hero killed.
Shot to kill.
You have killed an enemy.
I've already come so far.
Enemy hero killed.
This'll be a hit. I'm detecting a distinct lack of shooting going on right now. Let's work on that. We got a wise guy over here.
Enemy team collected from gold mine.
I'm a marked man. Where's the action?
Enemy killed.
But I'm still mad.
The Kraken has awakened. Allied hero killed. Allied turret destroyed.
Which way's the fight?
Allied turret destroyed.
Honor is overrated. The end.
Allied hero killed. Allied hero enemy is impressive.
Ha! I'm not taking any new students. Click, bang.
Allied crystal sentry defeated. Allied hero killed.
I'd at least hoped for a challenge.
Allied hero killed.
What can you do for me?
Allied hero killed. Allied hero
hoped for a
enemy is
challenge.
unbeatable.
You know I'm better than you.
Allied turret destroyed. Enemy hero. Allied hero killed. Allied crystal sentry defeated. Allied hero killed. Allied hero killed. Enemy is getting ridiculous.
The end.
And all of my bees.
This place was crabgrass and weeds, and you brought it back to life. You're a blessing.
No one's ever taken care of me before. Well,
Mr. Clay, come back at supper time. Let me feed you.
How heavily TSM are going to be wanting this Batista. It's been doing phenomenal work for them. Where do you expect these teams to go with it?
I think
Conversation. Let us know.
But those bad mojos are really starting to stack up now. Shadowglass doing a whole lot of work. Oblivion going a little bit wide. Still going to get blocked though. Root does land onto Xenotech. Is going to back off. Flash X having to pop that fountain to keep himself alive. There's Chuck in the front line. Vonsi has to kite away as well. Those Malison verdicts are all too strong. Xenotech finds himself yet another kill. Vonsi so low. One shot, one kill. Does strike Chuck. Xenotech wants it. He finds it. Double kill for Xeno. Gangstars 6-0 against TSM. Can you believe it?
they are playing so well right now. They're looking for a turret here too, and Chuck's honestly got to be careful. There's no more minions, though, so it's going to be Gangstars backing up just a little bit. Breaking down that fight that we just saw, I'm honestly surprised it didn't go better for Team Solo Mid, considering the Fearsome Shade landed just as Crucible got popped and actually did fear the members of Gangstars. It shows you just how far ahead Gangstars actually are in these fights right now. Another big part of that, though, is the fact that there's a lot of redundancy in the way that Team Solo Mid is playing that's actually not being very effective. Like, they're getting a great Crucible down in time to stop an Oblivion, but then they're also walking out. So if they could walk out, they should have, and then save Crucible for something else, right? Like, that kind of small edge that you can have in a fight matters a lot. Big burst damage coming out of Iraqi Zoro. Team Solo Mid did find a turret, though, so things not as one-sided as they could have been, although Gangstars might counterpush here.
Yep. 2K in the lead in terms of gold. Nice impale. Nice Githian wall as well. I'm just going to kind of walk away from this one, but still doing a lot of damage to Flash X. That turret almost going down. Here comes the Fearsome Shade. It's going to get blocked. Oblivion comes out. Goes a little bit wide. Von C using those boots to propel himself away from that fight. Nice triple root here. Best Chuck, this is their time. Githian wall into two people. Von C with those bad mojos is going to help Best Chuck find one kill.
Nice,
on the run. Veins as well. He gets rooted up. Double kill for Best Chuck. And now Veins, the last member alive. The Gangstars is going to get chased underneath this turret. He isn't going to let Flash X find the kill, though. But now TSM finally turning this one around from a team that can snowball well. My God, they can snowball the other way as... Wait, no, they can't snowball two ways. That doesn't work like that. Snowballs can't roll two ways at once.
If you were in a half
they're
pipe,
trying to find their way back into the game.
you could definitely go back and forth. Roll back and forth up and down the half pipe. But anyway,
You could, yeah.
you know, Gangstars, I think they bit off a little bit much there, to be honest. Oh man, that was supposed to be a steal, actually. Yeah, so I think Gangstars, they bit off a little bit much. They really wanted the turret. They didn't play it as, you know, methodically and slowly as perhaps they should have done. The thing you got to remember here, if you're Gangstars, you're playing against Team Solo Mid. This is one of the best teams in the world. They had, you know, a surprisingly lackluster in terms of placing finish at the Unified Championship, but they did beat Cloud9, who actually won that tournament yesterday. So they're definitely a team to contend with. You cannot, you know, be too aggressive. You cannot go too deep just because you have a 6-kill lead. This has given TSM a window back into the game, especially with that gold mine pickup. The gold gap has closed a little bit.
Has indeed. Now, already looking at 1,000 gold, or just about over for Gangstars. They're going to rotate down towards the shop now with TSM, just getting priority in that lane. One turret apiece as well for both these teams. So we don't see all too often, especially against teams like Cloud9 and TSM, and even Gangstars. As soon as they get ahead, they do not let that first tier turret in the lane go down for them. There's going to be a nice max range impale. Githian is going to be able to find Veins there. This is the time TSM want to fight. Oblivion's going to get blocked fairly easy. Von C sends out the Fearsome Shade. That is two going to get blocked. Nice scout trap there coming out for Iraqi Zoro, but it's not going to matter. Von C finds it with a bad mojo. Flash X almost going down. There comes the Crucible as well. I say the Fountain to heal him up, and Xenotech, last member alive for Gangstars, is going to have to go on the retreat here. Best Chuck is going to find him. He's just going to cut him down where he stands. Ace for TSM, and that's going to be a nice double for Best Chuck. They are definitely making their way back into this game. The gold is even up.
Really, really solid team fight there from Team Solo Mid. Big thing you got to take away from it, if you're looking at how they executed, was the fact that they used their crowd control really well. They staggered it. A lot of it did come down to the wire, though. Like, Vanes got stunned early in that fight, I believe, from an Ordain right as he popped a reflex block, his Crucible, I think. So that's not the situation you want to be in. You also have to wonder if Vanes really needed to use Crucible when he did, because it did mean that it wasn't available for something like Fearsome Shade, which reset the fight, gave Von C and Best Chuck time to reposition and get into the right spot to keep chasing on to Gangstars. Overall, though, Team Solo Mid, they gained a lot from that. This game really could go either way, Jaws.
Yeah, that it can. TSM with a bit of a lackluster start have made their way back into the game. 1,000 in the lead for them now. Not 1.5 minutes ago. The Gangstars with a 2k gold lead. One really turn it around. And speaking of resetting the fights, like you mentioned, that Fearsome Shade, absolutely incredible tool for doing so. Really just send the whole of Gangstars running. Now, talking about Gangstars running, TSM just walking up this lane as a unit in that vision denial as well. Going a little bit wide, FlashX taking a lot of damage. Tier 2 turret not being there, meaning Gangstars can't really do all too much to defend themselves, but that water is being popped from Vanes, looking to go for the engage and deciding against it.
All right, so I like the attempt there from Gangstars, but I think they needed to probably commit a little bit more quickly. You saw, as soon as FlashX realized what they were trying to do, he used his War Treads and got a decent amount of distance before Vanes actually reacted and used his own.
Collected.
In addition to that, Xenotech blew his Drifting Dark a little bit too quickly, right? Like, he used it knowing that if Team Solo Mid wanted to disengage, they could. And as a result, you couldn't see the full engage from Gangstars because they wouldn't have had it available. It's a big, important part of team fights for them. Team Solo Mid playing very smartly there, knowing exactly how much they can stand to lose if they just misposition a little bit too much. Oh, Vanes. Not where you want to be, man.
Nope. FlashX does miss the impale. Happy Feet is going to be able to dodge out the way. Now TSM, again, with prime control over this lane. Active camo trap sitting directly in the center for Araki Zoro. So they do engage on that one. TSM will be faced with that. 15 minutes on the clock, though. 2,000 gold for TSM. Kraken on the field. Infusions all around. Hasn't been popped yet from Von C. Wants to wait for the fight to actually be engaged. He's got the Broken Myth, he's got the Clockwork, and he's got the Shatter Glass. He's doing a whole heap of damage, and that's only going to get worse. But you got to say it's going to rely on FlashX and Vanes, both these captains, in order to actually kite and just make sure their carries are safe.
Yeah, honestly, it is a lot about the captains here for sure. You need to be making sure that the damage dealers on your opponent's team can't be positioned where they want to be. That's kind of the critical thing, at least for FlashX. Going for this Sentry, though, a little bit bold. You see how much damage they're taking.
Wow, FlashX taking a lot of damage. Fearsome Shade comes through. He's going to dissuade Araki. He's going to run in fear. Nice impale there onto Vanes, but it's not going to matter. He just gets soloed out, and now Best Chuck is on the run. He's going to use that Sonic Zoom to get a little bit of distance between him and Gangstars. But that beautiful pickup once more by Araki Zoro. Those camo traps and the Drifting Darks coming out of Xenotech are just so massive. The Kraken's going to get started up by them as well.
If that Oblivion didn't double sleep Team Solo Mid, they might be able to turn around that fight, but unfortunately for them, it did. Here comes an attempt to steal away the Kraken, though.
Yep, that Drifting Dark is going to find FlashX. Those Madison Verdicts really packing a punch. Best Chuck's got to be careful. Very, very low health bars right now. That Kraken is almost captured. Xenotech's going to have a bit of a field day, just kiting off two members of TSM. Kraken's going to get unleashed, and this time it's on the side of Gangstars.
All right, so Team Solo Mid, that was an uncharacteristic mistake to begin that exchange of things. You know, they went for the Crystal Sentry when they really could not afford to, and frankly did not have vision in support of that attempt.
The battle for the Halcyon
Ride the
Fold
light
has
like a
begun.
breeze. Don't make me whip my hair back and forth. I seem to have dropped a little thermonuclear reactor. I wish I had a more peaceful reason to be here. Step into the light. The light is your friend. Yeah, the speed of light should be just fast enough. I am my own North Star. I quite like peanut butter. Look. I look like a comet. Bang. Big bang. I quite like peanut butter. Shall we play a game? I quite like peanut butter. Ride the light like
Jungle
a breeze.
has intensified.
There they are.
Allied hero killed.
I am my own North Star. I could hide, but then you wouldn't get to see me.
Allied turret destroyed.
I wish I had a more peaceful reason to be here. It's beautiful.
Gold mine is almost full.
Enemy team collected from gold mine.
Yeah, the speed of light should be just fast enough. I am my own North Star.
An ally has deserted.
Don't make me whip my hair back and forth.
The battle for the Halcyon Fold has begun.
My eyebrows go back fast. I do it. Everyone alive? We good?
Dare me to backflip off that turret?
Allied hero killed. First blood.
I'll say sorry later. I like it. Let's put a ring on it. You mad? I'm here. I'm here. No, I'm here. There's 3 of them. We can do this. Catch me if you can. Stop hitting yourself. Can we talk this over? Oh, Zo! Oh, Zo! Oh, Zo!
You are my war scout.
I'm gonna try something. Can we talk this over?
Allied hero killed.
What do I have to do to get kicked out of this place?
Jungle has intensified.
Let's find out if Kraken is ticklish. I'm gonna get so much crap for this.
Duly killed.
So salty.
Catch me if you can.
Enemy hero double killed.
Can we talk this over?
Enemy turret destroyed.
Okay. Go, 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 go! Ah!
Gold mine is almost full.
I like it. Let's put a ring on it. There's 3 of them. We can do this. dare me to backflip off that turret? Whoa! I'm gonna try something. No promises. Dial me, right me. Pow!
Allied hero killed.
Let's roll!
You have killed an enemy. You have killed an enemy. Enemy hero trials impressive.
That was rough. Let's get a head count. Right where I want you. Let's roll! Let's roll!
Stop. Enemy hero killed. Double kill. Ally is unbeatable.
You mad?
Enemy crystal sentry defeated.
I like it. Let's put a ring on it.
Immense gold payout collected.
Everyone alive? We good? Let's find out if Kraken is ticklish.
Double kill.
I'm here. I'm here. No, I'm here.
Enemy hero. Allied hero. Allied shut down. Enemy turret destroyed.
Dare me to backflip off that turret? My eyebrows grow back fast.
The Kraken has awakened.
No problem. That is where I want you. Impeccable. That was rough. Let's get a head count.
Monster.
Allied hero killed. Allied hero killed. You have killed. You are unbeatable.
I see it. I do it.
Enemy crystal sentry defeated. You have killed an enemy.
Catch me if you can. Don't try this at home. By all means, right.
Your team has unleashed the Kraken.
Right where I want you. Can we talk this over? I'm gonna try something.
Enemy crystal sentry defeated. Enemy turret destroyed.
Hey, like Jawbreaker? You mad? Let's find out if Kraken is ticklish. Whoa, whoa! No promises. Pow! Okay. Go, 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 go! Ah! No more monkey right
Shut down. Allied hero Kraken has awakened.
There's 3 of them. We can do this. Oh, Zo! Oh, Zo! Oh, Zo! That was rough. Let's get a head count.
Team has unleashed the
I like it.
double
Ring on it.
kill.
I'll say sorry later.
Enemy crystal sentry defeated.
Dare me to backflip off that turret?
Enemy hero killed.
You mad? That's what I want.
Double kill. Enemy turret destroyed. Enemy hero ally unbeatable. And in an hour's time?
As a result, Gangstar's great counter engage, absolutely amazing Oblivion from Xenotech, showing yet again why we constantly talk about a Samuel. Can Flash get a root here, though?
Can he find the route? No, he cannot actually get stunned up by Araki Zoro instead. Some Verdict drifting dark over the wall. Flash X have to pop of the war treads there just to get out of the fight. Best Chuck in the front line now. Here comes the Oblivion. He is going to get bombed. They find one member already. Araki Zoro, the main damage dealer, down. Von C just continuing this fight. No impale for Flash X there. Von C still trying to find some meaningful damage on the regeneration from Xenotech and Veins is just all too much for him to handle. They're going to have to turn their sights on that Kraken who's already taken one turret.
You know, I missed why it happened, but not everyone from Gangstars was where they needed to be at the beginning of that fight. Not a great position. Xenotech actually getting knocked back in here and sort of a little bit overly aggressive from Flash. I feel like his team is not going to back him up here when the Kraken can probably get killed before the turret dies. I like the fact that they went for that decision in the end. Overall, though, Gangstars, I mean, they damaged their own ability to make something happen with that Kraken push by just going a little bit too aggressive before they were ready. You know, they needed to spend some time getting situated in advance of that Kraken push.
Yeah, there's a situational play coming out from Xenotech, playing a little bit too far forward, you could say, trying to set up those active camo traps. Cost him his life, but still, the Kraken taking at least one of those turrets and damaging the other one to about half HP. All well and good for Gangstar. As soon as they crack that base, it becomes very, very hard for TSM to have control over their own jungle. Now, sitting in the lead still in terms of gold, 2,000 in the pockets of TSM. The Gangstars. Can Gangstars close this one out? Can they methodically just pick the fights they need to pick? Fight the fights they need to fight, AJ? That's the main question. Can they pick off Best Chuck in the back line? Von C needs to go down first. That's all I got to say.
They've got the tools for it. They've got a lot of crowd control. Infusion actually picked up here on Araki Zoro. They probably want to go for a fight sometime soon.
Exactly that. Both teams kind of posturing for it, waiting for Flash X and Veins maybe to make a play. The other team can kind of react to it. A lot of that vision is getting cleared out by TSM as well, so Gangstars won't have all the vision in the world. Vonsi actually taking a fair bit of damage from those scout traps and the Mountain Verdicts. Nice roost from Flash X here. Right bulwark to start them all up, but here comes the Vision Shade. It's going to get completely blocked once more. But Best Chuck and A just running running Veins down even. Here comes another Impale. Does manage to land. Iraqi's are in a lot of trouble. He goes down. First casualty of war. Veins is going to take a bad mojo to the face. 1v1 situation down the bottom side. Best Chuck and A manages to get the ace on to Xenotech. And this is going to be good for TSM. And now this game is just so close. 20 minutes. The Kraken only just spawned. You can say it's calculated. TSM are going to take it and probably just crack Gangstar's base wide open.
That was a really amazingly executed team fight from Team Solomid. I'm almost wondering if that's going to be the team fight of the week from Humanist, just because of how well they played their composition. You saw the initiation actually come in from Flash. He gets the root onto Veins, which sort of encourages Gangstars to back away. Now Best Chuck and Von C both move forwards, but the first thing that fires off is wait for it, because you don't want to crucible that. Ideally, you just want to dodge the follow-up, right? Because in that situation, you're running away. It's not like you're trying to fight and silencing is going to break you there. You know, you just want to be able to run away. But the problem is, Von C follows up with a Fearsome Shade, right? And when that happens and you're silenced, you can't crucible it. You're not moving quickly enough to get out of there. And when that lands, everyone can just pile on top of Gangstars from Team Solomid, get some kills. Now Kraken's pushing down the base. Team Solomid look really good here, Jaws. They've managed to come back into this game. They've got a stranglehold on it now.
They do. I mean, both these teams are very good at kind of
Polar Storm's gonna connect with Status. That's the fountain from Wreck, keeps him alive. Willie's dead. Wrecked on the front line. Status around the backside. Old School's doing work. Old School going ham. Get the damage down.
They're going.
It is 2 versus 1 right now. It is only Mango remaining for Phoenix Armada. Gangstars will stay alive in this tournament unless Mango can shut them down single-handedly. 2 Helios land. Old School's in there. Old School stunned up. Helio lands. He's getting in there. A lot of damage, a lot of basics off. 1 more Helio's not going to land. Second Helio misses. Status so low. What do you do in this situation? Oh, I do not know if he can do this. Status is pinned in. Mango keep it down. Old School on the backside. Status goes for it. Old School gets it. Gangstars!
Picking up so much damage here against this Kestrel is not going to be able to stay alive for much longer. There's the first objective coming down, and oh my god, Babala taken down. Make that a double. That's going to be Revenger X falling. 1 shot, 1 kill for the triple. That's the ace for Phoenix Armada, 10-2.
I can't help but think of yesterday after Team Secret played Armada. I saw Mowgli walking by. He just shook his head and said, they're just too good. And it is absolutely the case right here. They are just too good for Hunters here in game number 1. Druid is looking to end this game sub 10 minutes.
And right now, it looks like he wants to pad the KDA a little bit first. He's taken down Babala. He's taken down Revenger X. Now he's looking to take down Queen as well. That's another triple kill going over to Druid. That's an ace for Phoenix Armada. They're going to go ahead and take game number 1 in the series.
Almost. Well, we can take those turns for days. Hacker going for it. They won this. Back door, there is the Will-O-Wisp. Going to use the Mooncloak probably just about now as they go in for the push. They haven't been spotted at all. There's minions here, but they're not going to be spotted by that. They're going in, so level 3 Mooncloak is an absolutely huge. Where are Sirius? They're backing away. They're going for it. The turret is the target. Wait for it, comes out. Hack, you take the first crystal turret down. Here's Gangstar Sirius. It's up to Old School. Can they get done? The burst is huge. This is going to be the crystal.
Pick a fight. Von C backing him up, diving on the back line. Twitter Voice does take a lot of damage. Team Solomid, they're going to be happy with that. Trading the ultimate just for some good chunk damage. Von C, he's going to get taken down though. The turn
banned the Koshka. This means that she is available. Kestrel is off the board though.
Kestrel off the board. Going back to our roots of these 2, almost in inverted commas, OP picks here. What do Phoenix Armada come in with? The first pick, it is Koshka. They've given it over. Do TSM have a plan?
But we're going to have to find out. They do pick up Arden, they do pick up Sky, so we did see something kind of similar to this when Sirius let Koshka go over to Armada, but Mango controlled Sky in the jungle. Because Sirius was not able to offset rotations, was TSM going to fall to the same fate?
You know, it's really concerning. We're looking at this draft coming out from Armada, and they're on their comfort picks. All 3 of these, absolutely no surprise to see on them.
Yeah, Gwen coming through for Druid. He's been fantastic on that pick. His skedaddles have practically been instantaneous. He has been ridiculously good. We are going to see the Lance coming in from the roam. That's basically, I would say, Phoenix Armada's best composition that we've seen this world. And TSM sure it up with a Samuel for Vonsi in the jungle. Best check A taking Sky to the lane here, Fuji. What are you thinking based on draft?
I think based on draft, Armada certainly has a lot of comfortable heroes right now. If TSM wins this game against Armada on these picks, that is a massive momentum swing for this North American team.
Well, guys, I tell you what, we've got two fantastic casters for a fantastic final. You might know them. It's Humanist and AJ.
Thank you very much, Scoundrel. It is time for the finals of the first Vainglory World Championship. We've got two amazing teams, Team Solo Mid, Phoenix Armada. They've fought so hard for the past couple of days to get here. Guys, this is going to be a long series. It's a best of 7. Our throats are going to be hurt, and I want your throats to hurt too. Make some noise for these teams, Phoenix Armada and Team Solo Mid.
Woo! We are here, the two best teams in the world, ready to go head-to-head and look.
はここで当たりたくない。その間にレーンをしたい。そんなガンクスターズシリーズ。
サローができるお金になりましたから、買いに行きたいですね。
さあマンゴーもそこまで買い物ができていません。そのままプッシュをしていきたいが、さあここでドルイド。
Sort of the off period during the game, he said, "You got to take Lance away. Like Lance has been so influential for these guys, and they're going to respond with the Ardent swapping over roams, and they're going to pick up the Celeste too."
I would love to see TSM prioritize a really strong weapon-powered jungler here and move to a CP Gwen late game, because that against the Celeste and the Kestrel is going to do so much work if they're willing to invest into that strategy.
On C, they're going to go for a Samuel here. It's a poke war at its finest.
I don't know if you go into a poke war with Phoenix Armada. You need an advantage from draft. You don't want to break even coming out.
Well, here we go. Xingyi, what are you thinking?
Well, look at the Samuel. The Samuel didn't work so well last time.
There are things that they've been trying to do that feel forced, and in this game, they need to just play game.
Alright, well, Vonsi went that early weapon blade. I wasn't sure if that was indicating maybe something we saw from him during the regular season of Evil 8, which is that weapon Samuel, but here comes the rotate out of Druid. Phoenix, they want to go for a fight, but Druid actually getting it killed quite quickly here. He might go down. Flash picks up the kill. He's very low health, but he gets out of there. Mango, he's trying to chase, but Best Chuck, he's going to pick it up. Team Solo Mid, they rally here in Hollywood and pick up 2 kills to kick off this game.
Yeah, I mean, that was really nice. TSM able to take advantage of that. But Phoenix, a little bit just overstepping themselves there, and a bit uncharacteristic of this team. But TSM doing exactly what they need to do there, and it's really nice. This is a great way for them to be starting off this game.
Oh, and Willie.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was the Reza as well. It's something they played yesterday. Oh, the Samuel. So they're going to swap it around and go for a very strong siege composition with both the Lyra and the Samuel, able to rotate up to lane so that they can pressure that objective.
We talked about Tassa. This is a signature pick for the jungler on Ace Gaming.
Yeah, yesterday in the semifinal, this Samuel was banned numerous times against him.
Samuel, so Reza.
Mark, it started.
Jungle.
Glory will jump.
We're going to jump off Tribe can get that early lead. Dienzio believes that momentum is the key for Tribe taking home the series. If they can take that first game, they feel they can just rip apart Ace Gaming's momentum and mentality here.
Tribe are very much a momentum-based team. When they get the get-go, they really run like a freight train. I was talking yesterday, I said, no one can stop the Tribe freight train when it gets rolling. And they could claim that World Championship title for North America back from Korea. Phoenix Armada, the team taking it last year.
You see Ace Gaming going to be rotating back towards their base here to the Sanctuary. Often it's Ace who will go for this early aggression towards the middle of the map, but recognizing the Churnwalker's power here, Alpha level 2 very strong as well, and Ace didn't want to really contest it.
From challengers all the way up to this World Finals, Tribe have just been such an absolute monster throughout the group stages, throughout the semis and quarterfinals. And one man you've got to really look at is Dienzio up in that lane, but facing against Creation is going to be a hard-fought match.
I mean, Zio has always wanted to solidify himself as the best laner in the world. He's going up against what is most people consider the best laner in the world right now. He has got a big, big task to prove that he is there. He has played phenomenally, Dalsey, on this weapon-powered Sky.
Well, they're going fairly aggressive at the moment. Max Green taking a lot of poke from Tessa, who's rounded up from the jungle, drifting dark, and a couple of Malison verdicts will make sure Dienzio and Max Green are forced under their turret.
This composition from Ace is just something they love to play constantly. Samuel with Lyra, usually paired with a Kestrel, but it's going to be Creation's Rona in this game, and they love to play around the early game lane. This is the difference between these two teams. Ace play around the lane, whereas Tribe play around T-Tigers in the jungle.
Absolutely, and now you've got a Samuel coming in against a Churnwalker and a weapon-powered Sky. You abuse the fact that they can't deal with that level of poke, that level of range early on. Churnwalker cannot get into range of Samuel. They're going to look to put siege on very early in this lane. They've got the sustain of Lyra to help that siege, and that's where this weapon power Sky might come a little bit undone. Zio has been kind of untested in the lane before.
They do prioritize that lane in that case. Maybe it will give T-Tigers what he loves, the space and maneuverability, the movement up in the jungle. This consistent roams and invades against Cloud9 in the semi-finals. He owned the front two camps.
And this alpha pick is something that is up for debate, whether or not it's going to allow Tribe to have that dominance in the jungle. We know that Samuel here on update 2.10 is something to be feared. With Dragon's Eye, you can keep it stacked with your auto attacks and you can really just start to ramp up that damage. But T-Tigers wants to play whatever gives him advantages in the jungle. So he feels this alpha into Samuel is a winning matchup. Maybe when he's paired with Max Green in the jungle and he can amplify that damage with the hook and chain, that's when we start to see it happen.
It's interesting that they're actually avoiding that matchup completely right now. It's been lane focused, like you mentioned earlier, Dalsey. You were talking specifically about the fact that Ace liked to play around that lane. Max Green has spent most of his time in that lane. What I think is going to be the case for Alpha as we get an engage coming out.
And Tessa moving forwards into the fray onto Dienzio. He is able to kite back rather readily. Same with Max Green. Hooked a couple of people, should be all right for the time being, but already, like you just mentioned, Tessa playing very aggressively, making sure Max Green and Dienzio are in their place.
Really abusing that range advantage as well early on here, Dalsey.
Yeah, and it's these minion candies that we see Youngju constantly bringing into the lane, topping it up, allowing Creation to have a force in this lane. You would think that Rona, a melee threat, wouldn't be able to CS into a Sky who has so much range, but currently the CS is dead even. There isn't really an advantage being won yet, and that's due to Youngju's Creation.
T-Tigers goes in, goes very, very low. However, Max Green trying to get some couple of chains down. That was a triple A from T-Tigers, but going extremely low. Might get popped into passive. He's not careful. Oblivion comes out, doesn't quite sleep. Max Green, they jump straight back in. A core charge onto Joe. You might signal first blood. Dienzio picks it up with a basic attack. Tribe with one on the board.
This is the real problem with Lyra, but she is going for a fountain. It's a massive fountain advantage for Tribe. They're not done yet.
They're not done yet. Crystal Sentry is going to join the fight. Also, T-Tigers did manage to steal away that front camp.
It was fountain advantage, Dalsey. It was definitely part of the reason.
Yeah, Max Green had his fountain completed. Youngju hasn't been able to purchase it yet. He's been prioritizing on the vision, the minion candies. Every amount of gold he spends on that isn't going towards his fountain here. It's just an issue that if you are to be bullied, if you are to have a team fight break out, then your team can suddenly find themselves behind, and you do not want to give Tribe any momentum in this mid to early game.
Absolutely, and Zio's picked up the Poison Shiv. It's a very classic starting item for the build on Sky. It's one of the reasons Sky does so well. T-Tigers.
T-Tigers going extremely aggressive with the Prime Directive. Creation will end up jumping out into the fray. Tribe already asserting their dominance. This is exactly what we saw yesterday coming up against Cloud9. T-Tigers owning the front two camps of Ace Gaming.
And we're starting to see Tribe play around the jungle now, moving towards the middle of the map, catching Ace in this tight corridor area where a Churn Walker and an Alpha can start dishing out so much damage. Ace...
Absolutely. I mean, exactly like you said, really important to note as well that this is now 6 minutes into the game. Lane siege has not really happened for Ace. You've hit item spikes for Dienzio. There's Aftershock in a jungle matchup that is not great for Alpha in the early game. Samuel has the ability to kite an Alpha pretty hard. And now Dio working towards his breaking point. So they've actually weathered that early siege storm from Ace, who love to play around the lane, who love to pressure lane. Zio has hit item spikes, and the Poison Shiv item spike, Dalsy, it's so important against this composition.
Yeah, certainly. Both Rona, Samuel, and Lyra all have a decent amount of sustain in them. Of course, the Lyra is the most obvious there. Creation trying to go to the shop, but Tribe won't allow it here. They might even look just to fight now. Max Green is level 6.
Yeah, he is level 6, but Tesla's caught out. Just get pulled back in. There's the trespass. In fact, he's stunned up, blocked off with the Prime Directive as well. Jumps straight in, and that'll be Dienzio picking up his second kill. Youngju going fairly low as well.
Dio is the weapon power Sky God. That death from above cut off the escape for the Samuel. Poison Shiv, like Dowsy just mentioned, being so important at reducing healing from Lyra. Samuel's sustain. And look at this, early game pressure, Dalsy.
Yeah, T-Tigers, he loves to play in that jungle. You know, we talk about this Creation versus Dienzio, who's the best laner in the world. I think T-Tigers is making a case that he might just be the best jungler in the world. His rotational game is something just to marvel at. Tassa is a fabulous jungle in his own right, constantly dominating over in East Asia. But when he goes against one of North America's best, you're starting to see T-Tigers have a field day.
Max Green going fairly low. Youngju also, however, Sigil there to heal him up and into the fray from Creation to get out of combat. Tribe right now, 3 members in the lane. Luckily enough, Ace Gaming do have that minion candy to actually push the lane up to stop Tribe forcing this turret.
Yeah, and it's going to be Ace just trying to slow down this game as much as...
He was just saying, I trust our coach, so he said, pick whatever you want and we will win with it.
Yeah, speaking of which, they might play Baron here because Baron, we know, can counter the Vox with that range, especially in the mid-late game phases of the match. However, he is
on their faces. We've seen this team come alive, electrified.
The chase Youngju doesn't quite hit the Prime Directive, but Creation all that time was up and left alone. T-Tigers level. Dienzio with the double kill, Tribe with the ace.
That was a massive engage by T-Tigers, but he didn't.
Max Green has got an Echo online now. Tribe leader also. T-Tigers level 11. Youngju only level 7. He walks up to him, does about half his HP with a couple of core charges. Not only that, Max Green has got an Echo online now. Tribe spot Youngju actually going back. They're going to focus down this turret, and even Creation had to actually use into the fray to get out of any danger. Tribe knocked the second one off the board. Prime Directive in for T-Tigers. Core charge onto Tassa as well. Crucible's going to block them up. That's a nice Oblivion. Isn't going to quite sleep anybody as a Crucible does good for Ace Gaming. He's still alive. They trade 1 for 1. Tassa and Creation spinning to win, and now it's only Dienzio. Can he kite back quick enough? He manages to find the 2-piece, and now it's only Creation stands in his way of an ace. Dienzio, the lane god, 20 breaking point stacks. Dienzio with the double kill. Tribe with the ace.
That was a massive engage by T-Tigers, but he didn't use his ultimate. He went down, but Dienzio backed him up. The death from above right on top of Alpha. Dowsy, let's take a look at this replay.
Yeah, absolutely. The Oblivion would have been enough to potentially shut down this engage from Tribe, but Dienzio immediately turns it around. Watch where that death from above is, right in the middle of the team fight. And Ace couldn't really follow up on such a great CC tool from Tassa. Creation, not even focused by Dienzio, knows that Tassa is the only way he dies here. And that's that stutter step game, just kiting Creation for days. Rona just can't do anything in this 1v1.
This is why we say Weapon Power Sky is good into Rona. You can kite her so easily, more so than Vox can. And Dienzio is probably one of the best in the world at Weapon Power Sky right now.
Youngju, he's stacking up this health here. It is a massive problem for Ace Gaming how quickly they are getting burst down. Lyra on 2 point. Oh, Max Green. This guy's pretty good at Vainglory.
He's pretty good at Vainglory, mate. Yeah. Max Green has been my standout captain of the whole tournament, though. I mean, he came from a rookie this year. He never really experienced live tournament, especially in the Unified Western Live Championships, but he's now competing in the World Final and playing like the god that we know he is.
So many highlights this tournament for Max Green. So many times he's been able to...
And the thing is,
Dienzio's just taking Youngju down.
Well, Youngju's actually going to use War Treads there as well. Had to use the passageway to get away. This could be a free Kraken to Tribe here. Creation is going
The Ace was split up. He took out the core component of longevity in these team fights, which is the Lyra. Pushed it all the way out. The Portal was gone. The Bright Bulwark was gone. Suddenly, everything to shut down Sky was gone. Easy Kraken.
This Kraken control from Ace is very difficult to play around. They need to force a fight here, or else this game is over.
Two turrets stand in their way. Bright Bulwark comes down. They're going to go in. There is the big ultimate from Max Green. Doesn't quite land. Does refresh it with the Echo. Oblivion is going to come through as well. Max Green's going to be able to block it. War Treads popped. Also, Creation jumps into the back line. Dienzio still cutting away. Another Torment comes out. Beautiful stun onto Creation. This rookie really proving his worth on Tribe. Ends up going down, but he helps win the game. Tribe will take game number 1 over Ace Gaming.
16 minutes, 50 seconds, and the Vain Crystal falls. What a way, Dalsy, to make a statement.
And it just looks like another day in the office here for Tribe. They have such focus on their faces. We've seen this team come alive, electrify after win after win. You have to think that yesterday their game against Cloud9 was potentially the one they dreaded the most. They've been playing against Cloud9 this entire year, one way or another.
And it was like, oh.
The result of this game here.
Ace still focused.
They are bans in Vainglory. For Ace, if they want to get their names on the board, well, big plan.
Yeah, and look at his draft for Grace first pick. We have not seen that at all ever. So is this a new composition that Ace is pulling out to?
It's one of the few heroes left that fits that.
Last pick against the Vox that Tribe would pick.
Right. I think, yeah, that's very likely how this draft might even pan out. But it is going to be an Arden ban instead. So maybe thinking that it was going to be that Crystal Arden coming out or a Weapon Grace, one of the two. You see CEO showing off a little bit of that regional pride himself as they continue on through this draft.
Or maybe the Arden ban is there because they want to leave it open and leave Vox and Black Feather open along with, so it allows the power picks for Tribe to have 2 solid picks into Ace Gaming's composition.
Definitely would think for Ace Gaming here, pick up the Black Feather, then save the Kestrel last pick to counter the Vox that you will know for sure will come out from Tribe.
On the other hand, you could take the Kestrel now. We've already seen Ace flex it and then just try and use a counter in your last pick, but they are going to take this Vox. Tribe, they shouldn't be too worried about this Vox, because while yes, Vox does work well with Grace, we've seen Tribe and Dienzio specifically go against the Vox with the Adagio and have incredible success. I want to take us back to yesterday. There's the final game when we saw Dienzio kind of, wave his arm and go back to his seat. We thought he was frustrated. I actually talked to him afterwards. He was just saying, I trust our coach, so he said, pick whatever you want and we will win with it.
Yeah, speaking of which, they might play Baron here because Baron, we know, can counter the Vox with that range, especially in the mid-late game phases of the match. However, he is a little suspect and weaker in the early phases against the Vox here.
I wouldn't be surprised if it is the Adagio open power again, though. Tribe, yeah, although Tribe is coming into this game with different strategies than what they have played throughout the competition, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's something completely different. Maybe we'll see the Scarf coming out for Dienzio. Only time will tell, and they only have 30 seconds on the clock.
I wouldn't have expected the Scarf, but you don't put a weapon Black Feather in the jungle right now. And instead, it is going to be a Lorelei as the final pick, the jungle Lorelei to come through for Ace Gaming.
This is really bad news because Adagio doesn't have mobility. Grace can get onto him, put a Holy Nova and stun him. He's not the best in terms of getting dived on, so that can be really risky here for the Cloud Tribe.
It's time to get into game 2, gentlemen. I want to hear who your predictions are coming on into this second game. Do Ace have what it takes to even up this series, or are Tribe going to be plowing on forward? Iraqi, we'll start with you.
It's possible, but I do think Tribe will win this one again because they have Max Green on Churnwalker again. They have the CP Black Feather who can invade and shut down the Lorelei, and they have the weapon bar Adagio on the
going against DNCO on Adagio either.
I think Try will take this one because of Max Green's Churnwalker.
All right. Show. I'm not too.
Pair it with an Echo and you have lots of healing. Tassa's jungle Lorelei has been a thing to watch. And of course, once he pairs his Aftershock with a Clockwork, his Splashdown and Water Wells are going to come out every split second. Ace are going to have so much map control, so much team fight control with the Holy Novas, with the Splashdown. We'll have to see, though, if Dienzio really can live up to this idea of being the best carry in the world and take down Creation when he is basically a juggernaut.
Absolutely. Max Green there zoning out to get the Elder Treant secure for Tribe Gaming. T-Tiger specifically said, I'm not afraid of Ace Gaming, and I'm not afraid of Tassa's CP jungle Lorelei. He actually specifically said he thinks on his CP Blackfeather he can take that matchup and take it well. Me and Dalsey were discussing about how this plays out. Dienzio's got to look to put pressure on Creation in lane. That's how he has beaten these Voxes in lane. It's how he dealt with Old School's Vox very early on in the previous semi-final. He's got to continue that pressure.
And the easiest way to do this is for Max Green to be the god that he is and either single out Creation or single out Tassa. Remove Tassa from the Protect the Vox composition and suddenly you just have a Vox.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dienzio targeted
taking
here.
a bit of food. Fish food comes up straight into the Holy Nova. Young Ju helps Tassa secure first blood.
And so this is the really cool thing about Ace Gaming's composition here, is not only does it provide Creation so much protection and ability to run around a team fight, the CC control that's coming out of Ace is immense. And considering that Dienzio and T-Tigers are going to be playing at range originally, then diving in towards Creation to get as close as possible and keep the damage up, Tassa's ability to slow them all down originally with Splashdown is going to be really influential, but it also allows Youngju to hit his Holy Novas even better.
Yeah. It synergizes so well together. This is a juggernaut composition. It is designed to put everything shielding onto the Vox. Vox is renowned for kiting. The Splashdown helps that. The Holy Nova helps peel for him. T-Tigers is going to be so influential as this gets towards the mid-game. He has to be there on that Blackfeather, diving with that Rose offensive.
Dienzio might be in a little bit of trouble. Go for that splashdown again. There's the Benediction, and he takes a little bit of damage as Max Green does rotate up to the lane.
This is really good from Ace, although actually Creation has to be super careful. I love how they're putting so much pressure on lane here, Dalsey. They know that the win condition for Tribe is to get Dienzio starting to snowball versus this Vox in lane. Now, if they can look to put pressure on lane and pressure Dienzio out, you're starting to chip away at that win condition.
What's happening is because Ace Gaming are putting priority into the lane, T-Tigers is having a field day in the jungle. He's actually moving in and contesting Tassa's backs as we speak. Not sure he'll be able to find kills. Youngju's going to be pretty good at stopping that, but if he steals jungle camps here, then he takes a 10 CS lead and turns it into more. 10 CS in the jungle is a huge amount of CS. Stealing away that Treant at the back is providing so much experience. He's already got a level up on Tassa here.
There's the splashdown. Oh, Fish Food does go a little bit wide. Holy Nova also misses. Here comes Dienzio. Splashdown to give Creation a little bit of speed up, but Youngju's on the wrong side of everything. Benediction over the wall. Fish Food doesn't quite connect to Max Green, and that's another kill for Tribe.
T-Tigers with the aggression, the fancy feet, the dodging. This guy is talked about as being the best jungler in the world for a reason, Dalsey. And that early aggression against Lorelei before she starts to scale up with those items, especially once she's already used her A and her stun.
Yeah, T-Tigers is level 6, Tassa is level 4. Mission accomplished, T-Tigers has won the jungle here, and Tribe can continue playing around T-Tigers like they do so well here. If T-Tigers is putting pressure onto Tassa, it's allowing Dienzio to scale up here. It's allowing him to free from in the lane. Creation does have a bit of a CS lead, but Max Green holding the wave here is basically going to turn that into nil in just a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And also because they have now put pressure on T-Tigers, we talked about him being a key influential force in these team fights in the mid game. You saw it in that particular engage. It also means all the pressure that Ace have put into the lane is kind of for naught now. They were looking to get Dienzio behind. Dienzio isn't behind. They've actually managed to snowball off T-Tigers. So attempting to foil that win condition from Tribe has kind of been thwarted by all of that jungle pressure.
And Tribe have had so much experience throughout this World Championship at dealing with a Lorelei. They went up against G2 earlier on. They were able to shut down Kiana Nakoa on that. Gabe Vizzle tried his best, but again, it was Tribe Gaming coming out on top. Tassa's Lorelei is something to fear, but Tribe have such a good track record against this hero.
Yeah, not only that, if you look at the other captain on the other side, Max Green, this rookie that's come up through challenges, through the VG8, and now in the World Finals, was such a force to be reckoned with in game number 1. Multi-man stuns, Echo picked up so early on, and his aggression with T-Tigers as well in the jungle. And T-Tigers, look how aggressive he's going. He's picked up his aftershock, he wants to fight, but nice 2-man fish food, wait for it to come out as well. Bursty Judgment does land, Creation takes a little bit of damage, but he's just focusing Max Green right now. Youngju ends up falling over the wall, Dienzio gets the snipe.
The game, and Youngju has only just finished his fountain. Youngju prioritizes vision, and he prioritizes minion candies. Perhaps in the early game, it's a little bit too much.
This is really important because Tribe are known for seeking early game aggression. They are known for fighting between 4 and 6 minutes and pushing their advantages. Maybe you need to think that vision is less important. I know it's important to keep track of T-Tigers, but if you don't have a fountain, by the time that they search for a fight, you're at a serious disadvantage. It is one of the single most devastating disadvantages that you could have when entering a teamfight situation.
The thing about Youngju's vision control here is, of course, that if Ace Gaming are able to get ahead, it allows them to play what we've seen just become this very stereotypical East Asian style, calculated aggression, map control, rotational ability. And there's so much vision down on the map by Tassa already, but Tribe, they're so far ahead at this point that what is this vision actually doing for you? It's really not providing much, but a way for Ace to potentially avoid fights. And when they do avoid fights, then Tribe are just going to move and take turrets. They're going to take the gold miner. They're going to take the crystal sentry as well. And Ace are going to fall further and further behind.
You hit the point really well there, Darcy. There is no point having vision if you're not going to do anything with it. It's a way to try and stop these invades, but if you're not going to be able to combat these invades...
T-Tigers pops the boots actually to chase after Tassa, a wall-to-wall, and a fish food ends up landing. Also, there's the Holy Nova to Sunamar. Max Green over the wall, Rose offensive to get T-Tigers out of danger. All the meanwhile, Dienzio is just pushing this turret and manages to take it down as well. But Ace aren't quite done just yet. Fish food, benediction. Doesn't quite connect either. Wait for it. Came out a little bit preemptively. Tassa Creation couldn't do anything to stop that turret going down.
Yeah, it was just a good exit. Blackfeather is so sublime at getting out of situations that are particularly scary. That Rose offensive was pretty much colloquially named Rose defensive for a very long time because it was a way of escaping tough situations like that. Darcy, I want to explore this build from Tassa. It is a little bit unique. I know it is Tassa, but it is an Aftershock Lorelei. An Aftershock Lorelei. I understand the cooldown reduction part. Is there some sort of basic attack focus part because he knows that he's unlikely to be playing at range the whole time?
Exactly. Often, especially in Europe and North America, we see Lorelei prioritize an alternating current because she's going to be threading auto attacks in between her abilities. Splashdown allows her to get in range, but, stay out of range at the same time. Over in Korea, over in East Asia, they realize that they want to be playing around the auto attack, but the splashdown and the fish food, the water well as well, provides so much ability to control team fights. Fish food off cooldown every 4 seconds, splashdown 5 seconds once you have that clockwork, and your water walls coming off cooldown every 11 or so seconds. And so it allows Ace Gaming to play a very sustained team fight, which is exactly what a Grace and Vox want to do.
Exactly, and it also plays into the hyper carry Vox. This is a semi-supportive build from Tassa. It's looking to have maximum cooldown reduction as we get a fight.
Look at this, how Dienzio is going so aggressive. Tassa had to use the water wall on himself, but he's just going to run him down. Dienzio finds his second kill of the game. Away from it will silence him. A massive divine intervention to keep him alive. Bursted Judgment's not going to quite find anything. Creation does escape with his life for the time being.
I love this Adagio switch from crystal power to weapon power. Before, back in the day, Adagio was considered such a great counter into Vox because crystal power Adagio could outrange and out-sustain the Vox. Then 2.0 Vainglory came along and Poison Shiv was introduced to the mix. And Poison Shiv basically turned that matchup on its head. All of a sudden, Vox could run down a Crystal Power Adagio, and that counter was completely reversed. But then we see this rise of a weapon power Adagio come through. Originally crit, but then the sustained meta hit not too long ago, and you see it come to be a bit more of a sustained build. Poison Shiv into a breaking point, follow it up with a Sorrow Blade, allows you to be in a team fight for very long, stack up that breaking point, and continue to dominate Vox.
So, let's have a look at what we've got going on here on the side of Tribe. Dienzio's picked up his own reflex block. Negotiating the CC coming down here from Ace Gaming is going to be so important. You've got to get through Holy Nova. You've got to get through Splashdown. You've even got to get through the Silence if it's thrown at you as well. So having your own reflex block alongside that Crucible from Max Green is going to be so important. Dalcy, the question I have Tribe done enough here? Because you're still seeing the Vox scale up moderately well. Have they done enough?
Nice fish food onto T-Tigers. Going to interrupt you there, Xander, for a second. Ace Gaming do manage to clear the wave. Well, down to about 3rd HP, though. That tier 2 turret isn't looking too healthy. And already T-Tigers and Max Green Dienzo, they're all clearing out that front camps as well. This is the problem for Ace. They've been struggling in the groups. Pain Gaming took them to 5 games, a series that everybody called would be an Ace victory, but an Ace victory after 5 games, I don't think anybody could have predicted that.
Absolutely not. And Dalcy, I was going to follow up that question. Have Ace done enough here to turtle? Because the getting to the late game is the priority for them. This is for everyone at home that doesn't quite really understand this composition to its T. It is a late game, hyper protect, a very mobile carry composition. We've got a fight breaking out.
Nice double fish food onto Dienzio and Max Green. Max Green gets the double hook, pulls one back in. There's the big stun, but he doesn't quite land as the Crucible gets popped. Same Crucible on side of Tribe as well. Stops the Holy Nova from going off, but look at the marching force of this Vox. Creation, the hyper carry fish food doesn't land, but he's just chasing Dienzio. Dienzio's still alive somehow. Poison Shiv saving his life. The sustain he got from the build was too much, and that'll be Ace losing a member.
And this is very much a difference between the East Asian and North America style. North America loves its offense. East Asia goes towards a bit more of a defensive priority. There was a Sorrow Blade for Dienzio. Creation does not have the goal to finish his yet because he's prioritized more towards the defensive route. And Tribe have a 6,000 gold lead as well.
So Weapon Power Adagio spikes early here. He spikes at this point. This is where he's going to be the most powerful in the game. He doesn't have the mobility of the Vox. You see here with this Ace Gaming composition how tanky that Vox was in that last fight. That's only going to get worse for Ace.
One thing to remember is that T-Tigers here has gone towards a Atlas Pauldron very early. Hasn't even gone his second offensive item yet, just sitting on an Aftershock and a Heavy Prism. He's going to convert that into a Broken Myth or a Dragon's Eye second, and once he has that, there's going to be a lot more damage for Tribe to output here. They can really look to pierce through the shielding and the healing coming from Ace. So Tribe haven't really hit towards their full damage yet, despite the fact that Dienzio has hit his full damage output.
Big item completions from T-Tigers. Look, Atlas Pauldron's prioritization from him. Second completed tier 3 item.
I want to talk about the Aftershock specifically because it's something that we've only started to see come out on Blackfeather recently for the CP build paths. And it tells you a different style of Blackfeather play. Blackfeather categorically used to have a Shatterglass into a Broken Myth. He'd play a ranged game with his on-point post level 8. Now with the Aftershock build, this allows T-Tigers to be more aggressive and dive in.
Oh, Creation just gets dragged straight back in. There's the Water to keep him alive. Fish Food doesn't quite hit T-Tigers, but he's just tanking up with the front line. Meanwhile, Dienzio from the back is doing all the damage. Tassa receives a massive divine intervention, a splashdown to heal them all up, but Creation is nowhere to be found in this fight because he's just not tanky enough. Ends up falling as well. Youngju ends up biting the dust, and Ace will lose one more.
It was a great engage from Max Green, but what I really want to point out about that fight was how Dienzio did exactly what Dalcy said would be a good win condition and forced the Lorelei out straight away. That forced a divine intervention.
Is going back in. Creation's very low. T-Tigers just biting the bullet there, ended up backing off.
And it forced one of those really crucial divine interventions meant for Vox onto Tassa, and that allowed them then to take out and snowball that fight.
Tassa hasn't quite hit a tanky stage yet that he needs to. He's going towards that now. Coated plates, light shielding. But it's not really doing much against Dienzio or T-Tigers at this point. T-Tigers has just finished his Dragon's Eye as well, which means as this team fight goes on, not only is Dienzio stacking up his breaking point very quickly, might I add, T-Tigers will also have a Dragon's Eye as well. Now Max Green has a War Treads for himself. He's going to be able to get T-Tigers into the team fight as well as Dienzio, and Ace are going to be constantly on the back foot.
And it's so important to have those War Treads specifically for that reason, but also because of the mobility that a late game Vox is going to have with the splashdowns, the water walls, and everything else protecting him. You need that extra burst of movement speed.
Creation has just finished his Sorrow Blade here. Vox has finally scaled up to the point where perhaps Ace Gaming can protect him enough that he can take out Dienzio. But the Kraken, she's just spawned onto the Halcyon Fold here. And Ace, you can see, are playing very far back here, not allowing Tribe to engage upon them just yet. Youngju hasn't completed his echo yet. He's going towards War Treads of his own so he can match the disengage that Max Green wants to bring.
No matter what happens, Dienzio is always ahead as well. Almost 40 CS above Creation. Make that 30, I can't seem to count. Creation, 150 to 181 of Dienzio. This is just playing into Tribe's win condition here. Ace Gaming put a lot of priority up in that lane. It was the three-man roves time and time again to try and take him out, but you can't do that when Max Green is just sitting on top of him. Kraken is going to get started up as well.
Absolutely, they're going to start this Kraken up. They know they can force Ace to come towards them while they have these item spikes. Dienzio has got the journey boots, which is going to allow him to chase down Creation or that Lorelei. This is a big move from Tribe. They're going to look to push and bring Ace into an uncomfortable position.
And it's very difficult for Ace to even get in here when they are split like this.
There's the wait for it, does silence one. Holy Nova onto Dienzio, but he's already soloing Tassa. Now they're all split up. Creation in a lot of trouble. Harry's doing a lot of damage to T-Tigers. 11 breaking point stacks, a lot more than Dienzio has. He has to kite back right now, applying that gift of fire. Creation with the water wall on top of him provides him a massive shield. A divine intervention, keeping the tank Vox alive. There's the big stun, but it's going to not hit. What happened? Creation ended up falling. Dienzio turned the fight completely around.
And this is that Dragon's Eye. T-Tigers is starting to scale into a damage threat of his own, and Creation doesn't have shielding because he's had to prioritize the armor against Dienzio's weapon power Dargio. Right now, T-Tigers is having so much influence, and it's basically going unnoticed.
Dienzio's going in.
He used this boost to go straight in. There's the Holy Nova straight into the fish food. Maybe bit off a little bit more than he can chew. He did. Tassa finds the kill, activates the water wall as well. He's chasing T-Tigers. Max Reed is around the corner, but he should be able to get away.
Dienzio's down now with 3 seconds up till Creation. They could rotate onto the Kraken. T-Tigers.
T-Tigers still going in. Rose offensive and gets the kill in a 2v1. Youngju just could not burst him down quick enough, and Tassa didn't even have water wall up.
All right, we can reset here because...
we needed a reset.
Tribe getting a little bit too far ahead of themselves there. Dienzio perhaps having a little bit too much fun on this world stage here. Felt like he could make a hero play. If he got the ace, then Tribe, not only would have they got Kraken, they could have pushed down the lane, taken out that choke point, and with only 2 Vein Crystal turrets to go, that could have been another game in the bag. But the turnaround comes through, a little bit of disrespect here, and Ace are going to continue to be able to scale. Creation now has his armor here, the metal jacket to be able to withstand Dienzio's damage.
Yeah, and what's really important to note now is also that this is a point in the game where Ace have categorically been better than most teams. Late game team fighting and decision making has been their forte. Backdoor attempts, really crucial decisions that have been made, especially in their Impunity series. That is exactly what they excelled at.
Fusions will come through here. Ace want to contest this Kraken.
Jane doesn't quite land from Max Green. Splashdowns all over the place as well to speed the rest of Ace up. They're Kraken about half HP. Nice fist food onto Max Green, but they are going to go for the engage. Dienzio on the back line. Max Green, can he engage? However, because he is so low. War Treads anyway. Fish food ends up missing. A massive burst damage landing onto Creation. The tank Vox has fallen. Can they turn it around? A double knockout comes through. They take out Max Green, but is it enough? No, it's not. T-Tigers dashes straight in, and with the Dienzio's help, finishes him off. Youngju is going to fall as well, and Tribe with the ace.
And we still have no shielding coming through for Creation. This tank Vox Juggernaut composition does not work if Creation cannot withstand the damage coming out of T-Tigers.
Let's take a look at this again. Creation very far up here. He gets super aggressive because he is that Juggernaut Vox. He thinks he can survive. But look at T-Tigers. Every second he's in a fight is another Dragon's Eye stack that he's building. And like you said, with no shielding, he tore apart Vox. You can't protect against that much damage. And we talked about how important T-Tigers was going to be in these late game team fights. He is tearing Ace apart.
Doesn't look like Ace are going to be able to get to the late game where their composition thrives against Tribe. Youngju is only now just starting up an Echo, a cooldown that would have been able to allow Creation to withstand so much damage in a team fight, would have supplemented the lack of Aegis for so long, but we have it now here.
And it's really important for a Grace to have an Echo. It's categorically what makes her one of the strongest captains in the game. Here goes Tribe's attempt to push onto this turret.
Yeah, turret's going to easily fall. One swing of the Kraken's arms, it goes down. It is fairly weak though, as Creation is managing to chunk it out. About 2/3 HP already. T-Tigers gets clammed up as well. Nice water wall actually onto Creation to keep him alive. He's going to march forward, Divine Intervention to heal him up. Also, there's T-Tigers caught up in the Fish Food. Uses the Rose defensive Max Green with the War Tres pop, but DNZO's all alone. A Fish Food to land the stun. Big stun as well from Max Green's going to get blocked by the Crucible. Creation's turning this one around. Another water wall to keep him alive. Another kill. 2-piece for Creation. Max Green is going to fall as well. Make that a triple kill, but the Kraken is still chewing up their base.
And Tassa has been so good with the placements of his stuns. Every time before the fight breaks out, he's catching 1 or 2 members of Tribe out. Let's take a look at that replay, Darcy.
So much splashdown control coming out of Tassa here, and you can see that a split up Tribe. Once T-Tigers is gone, they can focus down DNZO. Fantastic block coming out of Youngju here. He was the unknown factor for Ace. They dominated the summer and the autumn Vainglory 8 in East Asia with Scarshield, one of the best captains in the world, and Ace Gaming fans were very worried how Youngju would be able to fit into this roster.
Tassa got 2 water walls down that fight without an echo. That is how much cooldown reduction he's running with right now. That is how it plays into this hyper carry Vox composition. And now the echo has been completed for Youngju. Now one of the extra elements of this protective Vox composition has come online. DNZO has subbed out his armor. He's gone for a Bonesaw. That's an all-in from him. They are looking to win this next fight.
Max Green's a little bit caught out. Torment onto 2. There's the stun. However, Crucible is used from Ace. They're still going to chase. Youngju going fairly low, but a nice nicely placed Fish Food from Tassa will stop DNZO's advances, and a splashdown should get them out to safety.
Yeah, the Echo was used there by Max Green, but a Fish Food has caught him up. They may still look for a re-engage. There's no Crucible available for Youngju.
Creation goes in. Divine Intervention to heal him up. There's the water wall as well. Another big stun from Max Green's going to get blocked. Water wall again. Divine Intervention keeps him alive. He is so tanky. T-Tigers ends up falling. Double Holy Nova, but Creation's too low to carry on this fight. He's going to go straight back in. However, DNZO cleans up one, but they end up trading. Now Creation, last member alive is Max Green, and he's easily going to dispatch him. Back-to-back ace, back-to-back triple kill, and Creation and Tassa are heading straight for the Kraken.
Tribe left this far too long. This is late game hyper carry Vox. He is so mobile, so well protected, and he's got every item that he needs to be online right now. That double Divine Intervention was team fight and game saving for Ace.
There's going to be a turret push down here by the minions. There it goes, and the Kraken, she's going to be unleashed as well. Ace, 23 minutes into the game, have weathered a massive storm coming out of Tribe. T-Tiger's early aggression was so detrimental to Tassa's ability to scale up into the late game, but we're here now, Scoundrel.
I want to talk about the way Creation approaches these team fights. He has very easily triggered that T-Tigers is the problem for him. He goes in onto T-Tigers before T-Tigers has the ability to build Dragon's Eye stacks, and he takes him out of the fight straight away, knowing full well he has the protection of the Water Wall and the Divine Intervention. It is such clever, tempered aggression play from Creation.
We speak about that as a broken myth has just been finished for T-Tigers. More Pierce onto Creation. Maybe now T-Tigers can take down the Juggernaut.
DNZO playing frontline, gets sent to about half HP. Ace did pop the War Treads as well. It's going to enable the Kraken to push through and break open the base. 2 turrets stand in their way now, but only 1 for Tribe. They're going to leave the Kraken there. They're going to heal up, go back to base, clear out some of Tribe's jungle. And that's going to be at 24 minutes into the game. 2 Krakens have been on the board. This game couldn't be any closer.
And you have to respect Ace's control over their mentality here, not desperately trying to push into the base and end the game now. It is so often we see teams on the back foot finally get a leg up and then throw it all away in such a crucial moment. Ace Gaming just never will do this. They will back off, take the low percentage play, and look to finish the game at the end of the day.
Yeah, and like you said, they had a timer on their composition. They needed to get to this point with the Echo on the Grace. They needed to get to this full Lorelei build that she was durable enough to stay alive. And now, I think Tribe are having an issue on knowing who to focus. Enzio's trying to build up bone saw stacks on Grace, and it's just not working.
Enzio's farm is incredible, and you may wonder why he's continued to keep up roughly 10 CS a minute. Well, it's because he's ever-changing his build, selling out his Aegis now to pick up a metal jacket so he can survive creation, knowing full well he's the juggernaut. And really, when we look over towards the side of Ace, there is only one Atlas Pauldron. That's the only thing that Enzio would want, a reflex block for. Make sure he doesn't get attack speed slowed. Youngju may go in for it, but Max Green can provide a crucible to stop it coming through.
Wait, Ace are on the wrong side here. What's going on? Is this a backdoor attempt? Is this a base race? Is this going to be it?
Enzio's going to use his boots in. T-Tigers is there as well. Creation is that's out to get back. But Max Green, the rookie, hooks him in. He pulls him in as well. Tribe, they're going to get the backdoor. Enzio puts up the flare, and T-Tigers will end game number 2. Tribe 2-0 up against Ace Gaming.
Tribe take a page out of Ace Gaming's book yesterday. A double backdoor. 1-2 games here for Ace in their semi-finals against Impunity, when Ace knew that they could not win against this Lorelei jungle. The control in the team fights, they opted in for a backdoor, and Tribe said, thank you very much. We'll take that, and we'll take a game 2 as well.
Absolutely stolen from Ace right there. What an incredible play from Tribe. Max Green has been the standout captain for a reason, single-handedly stopping all of those backs, continuously landing chains, making sure that Enzio...
That last game, they played their best composition in 2.10 by far. This is the composition that they're trying to win the championship with, having Vox on the carry, letting him hyper carry in the late game with a lot of protection, a lot of support from both the jungler and the captain hero. So now that they lost with it, what else are they going to show up with?
While I completely agree that it is a great composition on 2.10, I think it is far from being Ace Gaming's best composition. Their best composition is still going to be that Kestrel, Samuel, Lyra. But Tribe know that and will never allow that composition to go over. But we do have our first change of the series with the Churnwalker now going to Ace.
I don't think Tribe would care about the Samuel Lyra with Kestrel just because it doesn't work that well in 2.10. Ace Gaming hasn't pulled it off.
Tell TSM that.
Yeah, I mean, they're not using semifinals, qualifinals, now in the finals, but still though, Ace Game or Tribe, once again, they get the Adagio, and Enzio gonna feel comfortable with that unless they flex it into the captain role.
And this time, picking that Adagio first changes the dynamic here. Last time they picked it because they knew the lane opponent, but you're absolutely right. This can be flexed. This could be a captain Adagio. We've seen that earlier in the tournament.
Yeah, I doubt it because Captain Adagio is just so weak. He's strong early, but just falls off completely in the late game. It's too easy to block his Verse of Judgment ultimate. I think Arden will probably pick up here or Grace, because you want a comp that can dive against a Churnwalker. You can't let a Churnwalker initiate you. You have to initiate the Churnwalker and win the fight from a damage standpoint.
The other thing that I wouldn't be surprised if it got picked up is the Black Feather, so that they can have that flexibility if they want to put the Adagio in the captain role, and Black Feather itself would be a flexible pick. So now Tribe have so many different options that they can switch their comp into as they see Ace round out theirs.
Yeah, and especially because Churnwalker's already selected for Ace, that means that they can almost guarantee their pick of the litter when it comes to the captains for their final selection. So it's a very smart draft in terms of the flexibility for Tribe. However, Ace can, there's really only two different options that can come out for Tribe's composition. It's either going to be the Crystal Blackfeather or it's going to be the Captain Adagio. So you can really just kind of prepare for what you expect to be coming out.
I said earlier, Ace Gaming lost with one of their best compositions with the Vox, Lorelei, and the Grace. The other thing that they can go back to is the Sky Open Power, the CP Kestrel that Tassa dominated with. I was just about to bring it up, but they do pick it up right away.
Yeah, the heat-seeking one-shot, one-kills coming out from Tassa.
Yeah, I mean, they have options. They can do a CP Sky jungle and then a Weapon Kestrel, or do Weapon Sky and CP Kestrel. They both work pretty well, but I think for a dive comp, or maybe anti-dive comp against a Black Feather and a Dodger that wants to dive on top of the Kestrel or Sky, they power up with the Weapon Kestrel and a CP Sky here and just kite and use a Turn Walker to keep Tribe at bay.
All right, we'll see if they're going to be able to make that happen, but they are against Tribe, and so far, Tribe have looked indomitable in this series. They grabbed that Arden in the end. Is this going to be enough for Tribe to push this to a 3-0, or are Ace coming back in the series?
I don't know, with how Ace is playing macro-wise, I think Tribe is just superior with their rotations and their power spike advantages. I'm going to give it to Tribe again.
I do think there's a slight edge in the draft for Ace, but just like CJ said, Tribe is simply looking like the stronger team.
I think draft looks really bad for Ace Gaming because Chernwalker with 2 ranged heroes, he's not going to have the opportunity to set up the team fights because they're going to get initiated on very quickly. So I'm giving it over to Tribe as well. This is going to be a 3-0.
All right, the analysts feeling confident now that Tribe are a heavy favorite moving on forwards. They've got 2 games on the board, 2 more and they'll have a championship. It's time to pass it back up to Jaws, Ex-Scoundrel and Dowsy to take away game number 3.
Thanks, guys, once again. Wow. Another 3-0 desk, all voting for Tribe once more. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not surprised over those last couple of games. Max Green has just looked like an absolute monster on the Churnwalker. But this time around, Tribe have it, Ace Gaming have it, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, look, the composition that they're running, if you showed me that composition on 2.9, I'd have said, easy win, money's mine. But 2.10, there was some serious nerfs to Kestrel. Samuel took some hits as well. It's not as strong as it was. It worked against weaker opposition. Will it work against Tribe is the question.
Well, we've got a Sky for Ace Gaming here, so it is a pick that can be flexed. We know Tassa will play the Crystal Power Kestrel in the jungle. We know that Creation is a Kestrel god as well. That has to put a spanner in the works because Tribe are not going to know where these picks are going.
Well, game number 3 is underway. Tribe are 2-0 up right now. One more game will put them to match points.
Creation is kind of a Kestrel god, though, so we always have to be aware of that. Kestrel might be in a weaker position than she was previously, but he is kind of a Kestrel god. Now, like I said, the original composition that they used to run was with a Samuel, but they're going for a heavy invade here.
Yep, Ace is looking for this front cam. They're going to secure it. Maybe they just walk into the jungle.
Max Green's in a lot of trouble. Dienzio as well. They go both going extremely low. Creation wants first blood, and he finds it. Ace get one on the board. T-Tigers just is going to have to farm up as most of his jungle as possible. In fact, Creation might just snipe him away here as well. Hook goes a little bit wide, but Creation round the corner isn't going to matter because Tassa is going to secure the kill. Ace 2-0 in 1 minute.
Every time Ace have this range composition, they march their way over to the middle of the map and they contest that front tree and away from their opponents. Try to contest this knowing full well what was going on here, but their early game is just nowhere near the same of Ace, and now Ace have a 2-kill lead. They have 600 gold already for themselves in the lead. Creation may have to be a little bit careful. He's moved into the lane with only just the hill.
What a way to start the game, though. You come out of a 2-game loss.
Get one on the board.
Are not going to know where these picks are going.
Well, game number 3 is...
You always have to be aware of that. Kestrel might be in a weaker position than she was previously, but he is kind of a Kestrel god. Now, like I said, the original composition that they used to run was with a Samuel, but they're going for a heavy invade here.
Yep, Ace is looking for this front cam. They're going to secure it. Maybe they just walk into the jungle.
Max Green's in a lot of trouble. Dienzio as well. They go both going extremely low. Creation wants first blood, and he finds it. Ace get one on the board. T-Tigers just is going to have to farm up as most of his jungle as possible. In fact, Creation might just snipe him away here as well. Hook goes a little bit wide, but Creation round the corner isn't going to matter because Tassa is going to secure the kill. Ace 2-0 in 1 minute.
Every time Ace have this range composition, they march their way over to the middle of the map and they contest that front tree and away from their opponents. Try to contest this knowing full well what was going on here, but their early game is just nowhere near the same of Ace, and now Ace have a 2-kill lead. They have 600 gold already for themselves in the lead. Creation may have to be a little bit careful. He's moved into the lane with only just the hill.
What a way to start the game, though. You come out of a 2-game loss in a series and you fight that early game like there's no difference at all. Very interesting to see Tassa taking away the Sky, not only from Dienzio, but aiding that range composition. very, very strong. Max Green, Dienzio, and Ty Tigers, they're playing super defensive now.
Yeah, they have to because of the fact that Ace have such a lead over them. When you take this Churnwalker away from Max Green, it means that he does not have as much playmaking ability in the early game.
Yeah.
Something Tribe rely on very heavily to get their dominance.
Ooh,
He's playing Tribes at their own game at the moment, pushing into the jungle. They will get punished for it, though, as T-Tigers did land a fearsome on point. They're going to contest this Elder Treant, though.
A lot of shared experience for Ace means that T-Tigers had a slight level advantage just going into a mini brawl there, which was able to force back Tassa early on. T-Tigers, he's ready to fight back.
He wants blood. Tassa's going to come in as well. Elder Treant gets taken, but it's actually going to land on T-Tigers. The healing comes through. Tassa's extremely weak. Dienzio getting jumped up by the chains as well. Youngju comes forward. He might just burn them out right here, right now. Creation with the snipe over the wall. Finds his next kill. A Torment back in. Finds him a double. What a way to start game number 3 with Creation with 3 kills. Dienzio just trying his best to limp away as Creation finds him. Hook, land, snipe over the wall and make that a triple kill for Creation.
Ace just know exactly what they're doing with this composition. They're not done yet here, Jaws. Looking to steal away everything from T-Tigers, and they've changed their game plan completely. Instead of playing around the lane, they are
Force back Tassa early on. T-Tigers, he's ready to fight back.
He wants blood. Tassa's going to come in as well. Elder Treant gets taken, but it's actually going to land on T-Tigers. The healing comes through. Tassa's extremely weak. Dienzio getting jumped up by the chains as well. Youngju comes forward. He might just burn them out right here, right now. Creation with the snipe over the wall. Finds his next kill. A Torment back in. Finds him a double. What a way to start game number 3 with Creation with 3 kills. Dienzio just trying his best to limp away as Creation finds him. Hook, land, snipe over the wall and make that a triple kill for Creation.
Ace just know exactly what they're doing with this composition. They're not done yet here, Jaws. Looking to steal away everything from T-Tigers, and they've changed their game plan completely. Instead of playing around the lane, they are shutting down T-Tigers and making Tribe's win condition of early game non-existent.
No one has yet managed to do that this entire tournament. No one has taken T-Tigers on in the jungle properly. This is the first time we've seen a team do it, and it has given such early game success. What a way. And also, just Creation. He is a Kestrel god. He is just a Kestrel god.
And that's what I want to touch on, is that in that moment, Creation backported. All right, we're at 340. He's just finished his Sorrow Blade. That is unbelievable. That is the highest gold item that you can purchase at this stage of the game. And he's done it before 4 minutes. Incredible. But Creation was able to backport before that fight broke out, and Ace knew that he was coming with a Heavy Steel and a 6 Sins. That is ridiculous damage for Kestrel paired with a Churnwalker.
Youngju's Churnwalker right now is just looking absolute fire. I mean, Max Green, this rookie that's risen up throughout challenges in the Vainglory 8, proving him to be a world-class captain. And Youngju just takes the reins, takes the chains, and says, this is how you play Churnwalker in the early game.
Churnwalker is probably most teams' contested captain across this entire tournament. Most teams came in and said he was the strongest captain you could pick in a competitive format. I think that has thoroughly been shown across these next games. I think maybe Churnwalker Bands is going to start coming through.
If you look at the items right now, we have a Sorrow Blade, we have almost the components for whatever item that Tassa wants to build on this guy, whether it be Frostburn or Dragon's Eye. And Dienzio is sitting on the gold needed to buy a poison chip twice over, but he can't backport. And Ace will just take a turret through this immense pressure they're outputting.
A 5-minute turret, and they don't think they're done just yet either. They're going to move towards the item shop, and this could be the complete reverse when you think about it in game number 2. Tribe maybe looking for a small invade. We've got Tassa now with a Frostburn as well. They're a whole item each ahead of Tribe at this current moment.
Yeah, massive, massive item investment, and I'm sure Darcy can talk to me about this as well, but the Frostburn build on Skye, it's something that's not commonly done because of the lack of CP, but what it is going to allow is it's going to facilitate creation. You're going to slow down targets with forward barrage, making it easier to land those all-important glimmer shots. This is the creation game right now, and it's Ace playing around it.
One shot, one kill is going to strike Max Green. T-Tigers takes a large chunk out of Tassa, though. Can still duel quite heavily as he picked up the Aftershock a couple of minutes ago.
What do you think about the Aftershock? I don't know if I was in this situation, I'd be playing around potentially a Shatterglass because you've got a double squishy.
I think you can go Aftershock, Shatterglass.
Yeah.
And you're going to have so much burst potential, but you're right. The thing we have to remember is that T-Tigers has been shut down in the jungle.
Yeah.
His gold income isn't quite as heavy. Aftershock, much cheaper. Investment gives you a much earlier power spike than a Shatterglass would be able to because you're getting it quicker.
It's a really interesting discussion to have because is he actually going to use this early after power spike? I don't know if they're in a position where they can even fight right now. You know, if I was T-Tigers, maybe I would have gone forwards and waited a little bit, picked up the Shatterglass, and post level 8 used that range advantage to poke down this double squishy.
Death from above onto the gold mine. It is fairly low right now. Tassa and Creation both have infusions, so damage is up to this current moment in time. Dienzio comes in for the steal.
Stolen!
T-Tiger steals it. That's an instant steal. Max Green lays down the corner also, but it might just pay for it with his life. Glimmer shot doesn't quite land. One shot, one kill. It's going to get body blocked by Dienzio.
Good body block. No fountain used either. That is the power of a CP Blackfeather. You do a ridiculous amount of damage with on point when you build CP. You have to respect the steal potential. If I was going to name a hero that has stolen the most camps and most monsters in any of the Vainglory World Series so far, I would have to say Blackfeather. He can do it from range, he can do it very safely, and he can do it with a very high amount of burst damage.
T-Tigers has to be up there as well with camp stolen his way. Potentially, the only jungler that can contest that is Von C. But unfortunately for Team Solo Mid, they exited the tournament very early, so I'm sure those stats heavily weigh towards T-Tigers. Ace not going to allow this to deter them. They have such a huge lead at the moment, and their siege potential is so strong. Unless T-Tigers can flank, then it seems like Ace just will take turret after turret.
Yeah, where's the wave clear from Tribe? How do you stop this without engaging? That's the thing. Tribe have to make a move to stop these turrets going down for free. You don't like have a Celeste to clear the waves. It's so important.
Well, 30 seconds on Max Green's ultimate. Maybe that's their go button, but Ace is just pummeling them underneath his turret. One shot, one kill. Doesn't quite do any damage as the shield did come back on the turret itself, and Max Green going fairly low. Does jump in with the blood for blood. T-Tigers is there also. Youngju is going to be able to kite back with those chains. A Rosa offensive to try and get on top of Tassa and Creation, but they just cannot touch them right now without getting heavily polished by that Frostburn.
And to touch on this Aftershock point real quickly, T-Tigers is playing a very dip and dive style, sitting just outside of vision of Ace. He'll throw the on point over the wall, jump over with a feint of heart, trigger that Aftershock, and then with the movement speed you get from your A, run away, allow that Aftershock to reset, and he'll do it all again.
See, now that I think about it, it actually makes a little bit more sense. The only way that you're going to see Tribe actually defend these turret sieges is by engaging, and that's going to be up to really T-Tigers jumping in that with that feint of heart, trying to get those Aftershock procs onto the squishier targets. Despite this incredible early game from Ace, they're only 1,500 in the lead right now. That would have been much higher if you were flipping it on the other side of the board over the last two games.
And not only that, the items that Tassa have prioritized don't give a huge amount of power to Tassa, particularly. They facilitate Creation's damage.
Oh, Max Green takes a one-shot, one kill. There's the gauntlet gets laid down, but the Crucible's going to stop it, but not for Tassa. There's the big stun as well. He manages to get Dienzio and Max Green. No Crucible available, but T-Tigers manages to find the on-point kill onto Creation. One carry down, the next one to go, but Tassa is way too far out for T-Tigers to finish him off, and Max Green had to back as well.
And to expand on that point, if Creation is dead, then Ace's damage is not there. There's no Dragon's Eye to stack up and sustain, so Tassa, whilst you have an Eve of Harvest for sustained, he's not really going to be out-damaging T-Tiger's burst.
To make that, really concise, if Creation's dead, Ace is dead. That is how that team comp is going to go for the moment. Maybe third item on Tassa will be different, but right now, he is their damage.
Devon Brubb does stun. Oh, did that? No. I wish. Imagine a world. T-Tigers does manage to steal that one away.
Imagine a world where the one-shot, one kill steals a healing treant.
That would be a bad world. Imagine how many one-shots would miss because they get blocked by the treants. That would not be a fun world for Creation, who loves to play around.
Wartread's second item for Youngju, really knowing that he needs to get on top of Dienzio and just get away from T-Tigers, in all honesty.
Yeah, exactly. It's a defensive Wartread's coming out here from Youngju. They know that movement speed is so imperative to keeping Creation alive, and the only thing that really Tribe have got going for them is that gap closing. So if they can get him away with the War Treads, even better.
Last game we saw T-Tigers play this CP Black Feather. Aftershock into Dragon's Eye gives him a much ramp up in the team fight. This game, I expect he will go towards the Shadow Glass here. So good into Sky because you do a lot of burst and then you get out of the team fight. If T-Tigers wants to play the hokey pokey style, then he's going to have to allow his Dragon's Eye stacks to drop.
Out of position.
Tribe just gave it up the lane there completely. Turret ends up going down. There's the defensive wall treads from Youngju, like you were mentioning, but Gauntlet gets laid on. Tassa isn't going to get blocked by it, but a death from above will just stop T-Tigers. DNTO marching forward. Youngju fairly low as well. Heartthrob Stack's already popped, but an on point just finishes him off.
Boom! On point shot from T-Tigers. He gets the kill there. They managed to burst a lot of, especially Youngju took so much damage, he was forced to defensive fountain for his own safety purposes. No Crucible meant that he wasn't able to get out of that. Gauntlet was stuck there, stuck in the middle of that fight, and only Creation was able to escape.
I love the idea from him though, hooking up everyone and then jumping into the Gauntlet stun. He's like, well, I'll be stunned, you'll be stunned. Maybe I could just walk away. One shot, not quite able to steal away that gold miner. Creation does move forward, knowing that a couple of snipes will take them down, and it will be this Dragon's Eye coming out of T-Tiger, so clearly he's not afraid to stick into the team fight.
And absolutely, and look over at Max Green. This is something that we very classically see against weapon power Kestrels. When Kestrel fires a Glimmer Shot, the weapon power damage comes out from the initial hit. It doesn't go through the entire Glimmer Shot range, which means that you're going to have someone being able to body block it. That is what Max Green's doing with this Metal Jacket.
But Creation has anticipated this. His build allows him to be able to shred through armor. Sorrow Blade, Breaking Point, and the Bone Saw is going to allow him to very quickly stack up damage on his Glimmer Shots and then tear through armor stacked up. Such an intelligent, forward thinking build coming out of the Kestrel.
Late Crucible coming on live for Youngju though. The amount of times they've actually been stuck inside the Gauntlet, not able to do anything, is one too many, you must think. DNZO actually gets stunned up from that death from above. They are marching forward as well. Creation firing a couple of Glimmer Shots. Max Green, they're going to have to be careful of him though. He does have that Gauntlet online.
You raise a good point, Jaws. It has been devastating for Ace to not negotiate their way out of that Crucible. And we're going to see two reflex blocks coming out on Tassa and Creation as well. Creation has had that for quite a while. Tassa has just recently picked that up. It means that the only real form of CC that's going to land, because no one expects the Verse of Judgment to really land, is going to be that Max Green Gauntlet. Until he gets an Echo, I think we're going to see Ace being able to navigate their way out of that pretty tricky obstacle.
Crucible now completed as well, allowing for Youngju to be the exit route. Currently, Tribe struggling to find an in on this game. We talk about the mentality of the East Asian teams, Jaws, and how they are so good at resetting back to point zero, even when they're so far behind in a series.
Yeah, and if you look at that turret lead, I mean, realistically, they played Tribe at their own game so early on. Tribe, they've been so aggressive in the early stages, but Ace were like, okay, we'll do the same thing. We'll send Creation in. He gets 4 kills so early on. He had a 5-minute Sorrow Blade, and now Tribe, they're really struggling to come back into this one, and with Tassa almost completing his 3rd item, he is going to be a menace to deal with when he gets Broken Myth online.
I agree, but the one worry that I have about Sky this update is that a 3-item build without Dragon's Eye is a 3-item build that's going to be low damage for Sky.
We saw it yesterday from Ace. They had a full crit Rona, and the Sky was really not doing damage. It was just providing a bit of a slow to try and keep the Celeste at bay, but Creation did Creation things, and he was able to put the team on the back and carry them to victory. It was Youngju's Churnwalker once more, providing so much threat. It's such a playmaking captain and really allows someone to shine with that hook and chain and trespass.
It's really interesting that Creation has gone for a breaking point build on this Kestrel. You often see Sorrow Blade into double Tyrant's Monocle into the Bonesaw. He's looking to play a little bit more of an elongated fight, relying maybe more on kiting with his basic attacks, and against something like a Black Feather that dives you very, very hard, you don't want to be stuck in place casting Glimmer Shots while he rains pain on you. You need to have that flexibility and mobility, and it gives him the sort of essentially the ability to ramp up in these fights.
The Kraken has come to the Halcyon Fold once more. An Echo has just been finished for Max Green here. I think Tribe will be feeling like this is their power spike to win team fights, really take back over the game. The gold is dead even at this point.
This is interesting. T-Tigers picks up an Atlas Pauldron, something that you wouldn't classically see against the Kestrel, but simply because she's got that breaking point Bonesaw build, that is the case. Oh, engage.
They're going to go for this big engage. Dienzio's isolated down, but so is the Gauntlet. The Gauntlet is good. Creation gets stunned up, and now he's in a duel with T-Tigers, but it doesn't matter because Dienzio's already fallen. A Rose offensive and put straight into the active camo, keeps Creation alive. T-Tigers jumps all the way back in, and Max Screen secures the kill, but is it going to be enough? Tassa forward barrage and a death from above to separate him and Max Screen. He dashes straight backwards. T-Tigers just cannot land a shot, but Max Green is still alive somehow as well. Another reposition, and he's dodging dip dog, diving dodge around the tree ends. Tessa goes backwards. Max is a god, an unkillable demon, and Youngju is gonna just manage to find the stun, but Max Green and T-Tigers, they know they've won the fight already.
We're going to keep chasing Youngju down here, try and get that ace, but Creation spawn, so it'll just be another point on the board for T-Tigers.
One shot, one kill doesn't quite land. Tribe, they finally find the kill. Creation does end up spawning, so they don't actually get the ace buff.
Really strange target prioritization coming out of Tassa there, going towards the most tankiest member of Tribe and the one that's not going to kill you. But Max Green says, you're going to focus me, watch how it's done, here's how it's done, and T-Tigers was able to just tear through the sky.
Kraken is now going to get unleashed. Tribe, this could be the Kraken that lands them the match point. They are 2-0 up in this series, remember. Best of 7 only requires the 4 games. And look at Dienzio's build as well, super aggressive. And at this moment in time, it's all Max Green once again.
Yeah, but also you've got to remember Dienzio, that last fight, got shredded by Tassa. He's got no shielding. He does have to be careful in his own positioning, and that's something that's really important. T-Tigers is again putting on his carry pants and doing some incredible work. They get their first turret of the game here.
Turret's going to go down. Defensive war treads again from Youngju. He's going to be able to kite back from this one. Kraken around half HP. T-Tigers is hitting like a truck as soon as he jumps in. Another on point lands. The Gauntlet comes through. Crucible's going to be there also to keep Ace in the game and in the fight for the time being. One shot, one kill does land, but it only lands on T-Tigers. The Kraken takes 2 turrets and Tribe decide to back off.
There's going to be a huge amount of gold swinging over to Tribe here. They have finally found themselves in the lead, and we're going to start to see some defensive items get prioritized for Dienzio, for T-Tigers. Dienzio's issue is that he's not been able to deal with Tassa's aggression so far, and with Creation prioritizing a 3-item Kestrel build and then defensives of each kind, he's actually able to survive in these gauntlets for quite some time.
Not only can Tribe play the early game exceptionally well with T-Tigers' aggression, but they can swing games around like this when it reaches critical mass for T-Tigers.
Absolutely, it's something that we needed to see from Tribe, that ability to come back from an awkward position to find themselves back in the lead, and it has been so impressive to watch them do that. A lot of it facilitated by Max Green. He has been unbelievable this tournament, and I don't want to highlight, just before we move on, that last fight, Max Green used the Treant to zone Sky away, used the Treant to block the forward barrage, and that allowed T-Tigers to run away with the fight and take out the Sky. He is a mechanical god along with his 2 carries.
Tribe looking to rotate and scale up just a little bit further here. T-Tigers going to run out on that Crystal Infusion, heads down to the shop, going to prioritize some Pierce now, considering the double Aegis there for Tassa and Creation.
Yeah, that's important. You need to have that piercing shard in the bank to make sure you're at least getting through some of the Aegis.
We talked to Hot Sauce earlier, just to see how Tribe felt about the late game because of their early game dominance. Hot Sauce, of course, the coach, the analyst that's worked with Tribe all throughout the year here, and they felt like if they got a draft that didn't quite work in the early game, then they could alter it to scale up into the late game. We're seeing it here from Tribe, their ability to play around the strengths of T-Tigers, Max Green. Dienzio is not having the impact he would have wanted this game, but it's okay when you have stars like T-Tigers and Max Green to pick up the slack.
Well, speaking of Dienzio, he said to me before the game even started, if we win game number 1, we will win the entire series, no problem. Full of confidence, as always, as you can expect from such a young player. Tribe are going to go in, the gauntlet gets laid down. Tassa's going to activate his own reflex block, and Youngju running away with those war treads. Max Green doesn't quite land the second gauntlet. T-Tigers from over the wall is going to get found out by Tassa. This is looking to be a complete reset here by Tribe, but Torment straight back in. Max Green goes fairly low, and it's just the poke wall right now. Dienzio as well has taken a couple too many glimmer shots and is going to force to use the boots.
Youngju has 2 pairs of boots, 1 for each foot, but what it allows is for the war treads to disengage for creation, and then Youngju to be able to immediately re-engage and get into that hook and chain range. Oh, that would have been so good.
Wow, with Kraken spawning, Dienzio with the gift of fire keeps him alive by a sliver. And now you're starting to see Ace really function in these teamfights. Tassa realizing that T-Tigers is important, zones him away with that forward barrage, making it very difficult for him to find a flanking play. A lot of what Tribe have done here has been the flanking play. He picks up the chronograph, working towards a clockwork, high mobility, high utility, but actually more importantly allows him to output that little bit more damage.
Won't be the Dragon's Eye for the entire team fight domination, but with Youngju to provide an amplification of damage when he lands multiple hooks and chains, then perhaps you don't need the Dragon's Eye if Creation can stay alive.
Well, this is going back to what they've done in the last couple of games, was basically put Creation on this pedestal and say, you carry us. We got you so many early kills. We're going to facilitate you with the Frostburn, facilitate you with the high utility from the sky with the cooldown as well. We want you to carry. Max Green gets dragged back in. He does Vanguard towards T-Tigers. Death from above doesn't quite land.
He doesn't want to fight until that Echo is up. That is such an important item for Anarden. The double gauntlet wall, when used properly, can really help you negotiate through reflex blocks and crucibles. They need to make sure that those are correctly placed. Max Green's last double gauntlet was the first time we've really seen him falter ever so slightly. We'll have to get things back together.
T-Tigers roads offensive over the wall just to get out the way of Ace. Ace just toying with the Kraken at this point, just letting it reset. If Tribe do back, if they do make one mistake, you best believe Ace are going to capitalize on it. And in fact, they're looking like they're going to commit now. Infusion picked up from Creation as well for the added damage, but they're going to get flared out instantly.
Max Green has his Echo off cooldown now, so he wants to be able to find and engage, but running through that Tribe bush only facilitates the hook and chain ease of land for Youngju, and so it's a very difficult piece of terrain to navigate for Tribe. You can see that they're playing very cautiously here.
It's so difficult at this stage in the game to finish an item. Simply because you have to spend so much gold on infusions to keep up with your opponents. You're looking at half a completed item for Tassa and half a completed item for T-Tigers. They're going to have to consistently grind their way. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't even ever see that gets completed before the end of the game.
Right now you see actually Creation giving away all of his last hits to Tassa so that that chronograph can be turned into a clockwork and allow for even more mobility, even more forward barrages to control the team fight.
Yeah. And it's such a big spike over T-Tigers as well, who's still sitting on just 2 damage items. The benefit for T-Tigers is that he has got the Dragon's Eye. He will ramp up, and that acts like a second item when you get to sort of 9 stacks, but it's still hard to make that happen right now.
This is one of the only times we're actually seeing Dienzio on par farm. And I say on par because normally he is actually ahead by a majority of CS. I mean, realistically, last game, we're talking 40 to 50 over Creation. Right now, it's only about 10, one of the smallest leads he's actually had.
And it's very unlikely that these carries prioritize farm anymore. That's a huge cooldown item coming through, a huge item. Just in fact, the clockwork has been completed by Tassa here.
And it was because they donated all of that gold over to him. It is difficult when you're just farming the jungle or farming the lanes separately. T-Tigers is working towards what I imagine will be a broken myth. He's got a little bit to go, but I don't think they're going to want to fight until he's finished that up.
Yeah, Dienzio is going to allow for T-Tigers to march up into the lane, take those last hits. It's no longer about the CS score here. It's about getting that third tier 3 item online for your jungle.
The problem that we're facing here is that Dienzio does not have any form of armor penetration. He's going up against 2 metal jackets at this point. The flexibility of Creation's build, so different from the usual Kestrel builds that we see, is that it allows him to pick up a second defensive item. Most Kestrels do not have that ability because they utilize 4 weapon power items.
Broken Myth's been completed now for T-Tigers, but his Crystal Infusion is running thin. Once that Crystal Infusion's gone, Ace Gaming would have the perfect window of opportunity where their power is just that little bit more over Tribe. They can look to really rub it in their faces.
Tribe looking for the flank here. There is the gauntlet. However, Crucible is used. War Treads also from Youngju to escape. Echo popped also from Max Green to refresh the cooldown on the gauntlet. So realistically, Tribe still have one more tool to engage with. That Crucible is down for only 30 seconds though. If they're going to make a move, they have to make it fast.
And Dalsey's right, T-Tigers has just lost his infusion. You cannot fight at this stage. We're not reflecting the infusions that your opponents have. It's just too difficult to sort of match the damage output. He's nearly there though. Should be able to buy one up now. There we go.
Infusion finished, and they still have that gauntlet available in that War Treads. However, Crucible for Youngju up in a couple of seconds. Nice pull back in on T-Tigers. A one-shot, one-kill will find him. Also, not too much damage. Tasso moving in. Death and Rug does come down, but a big stun actually coming through from the Churnwalker. Ultimate Gauntlet gets laid up, but look at Creation on the other side of the fight. Dienzio falls extremely low. Fountain keeping him alive. Tasso had to reposition himself out of there using the Zuri strike. Death from above, not quite landing, but the 3-man yanking from Youngju. T-Tigers, Max Green and Dienzio just going to get burned down. Dienzio, the last member alive, but Youngju says, I'll show you how to play Churnwalker, Max Green. They find the ace.
Tribe kicked that fight off in a way they haven't done so yet, focusing down Tassa, the weakest and most squishiest member of the Ace Gaming roster, but Youngju controlled the team fight so well, paired that Torment in, and right now Ace are looking to get their first game in this series.
Tribe were on the ropes, and it looked like a very Ace Gaming from the start. Creation with 4 kills, turned that into 6. 1 turret falls, the second one is to follow. The crystal will shatter, and Ace Gaming find their first win in the series.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a series on our hands. Just like in 2016, things are fighting back, and it is now 2-1 to Tribe Gaming. This is the drawback of Weapon Power Adagio. It falls off. It falls off a cliff. It really, really does. It cannot contend with the scaling of something like a Weapon Power Kestrel. And because Tribe Gaming were put on the back burner right at the start, they were continually playing catch-up.
Just look at the team, immediately straight back into the process of figuring out the draft here. Ace is a team that I feel like has to take some time to download their opponent. Often we've seen them dominate a game 1, but this has not been the case. But they're starting to figure out the Tribe style. They're starting to figure out they need to shut down T-Tigers. They can continue that throughout this series. Then who